Шановні пані та панове, уважаемые дамы и господа, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'll do the rest in English to save you the trouble. And I think I'll also stick to my text because I provided it in Russian and Ukrainian to the translators. And I know how very difficult work it is to do that, and I hope this will give them a little bit of a respite. It is an honor to speak to you at the third Gabriel Al-Salem International Conference, Consulting Without Borders. I want to especially thank Victoria Olskaya for the opportunity to speak here today. I admire her energy and creativity in taking big ideas and turning them into reality. It's clear to me that she carries with her the life spark that animated and drove Gabriel, whose accomplishments and joie de vivre we celebrate today through the work of the Foundation and with the Gabriel Al-Salem International Award for Excellence in Consulting. I would also like to acknowledge Gabriel's mother, Margarita Dorsch, who could not join us today. Gabriel's life path was emotionally and intellectually set on a course for creativity and openness exuded by Margarita, who, like Gabriel, is a polyglot and a cosmopolitan. It's not surprising that with such brilliant feminine role models as Margarita and Victoria, that Gabriel lived with such a full and fulfilling life that could not be contained with any country's borders. This spark of creativity also continues to shine through in Gabriel and Victoria's wonderful daughter, Anya. I represent the university and department where Gabriel Al-Salem earned his bachelor's degree, where he studied Russian, German, and theater. Although Gabriel studied at the University of Kansas before I was hired there, we became acquainted after he had become successful in his career in consulting. As chair of the Department of Slavic Languages and Literatures at the time, I sought examples of our graduates who had gone on to do meaningful and productive things with their lives and careers. Gabriel contacted me and offered to come back to the University of Kansas and talk to students about career opportunities in his line of work. Although we had corresponded about this possibility, the occasion unfortunately never came to pass. Nevertheless, he became one of the most celebrated of our graduates on our departmental webpage for what we call doers profiles, successful illustrative narratives of career trajectories that opened up because of the study of language and culture that we offer. Gabriel enthusiastically embraced this idea and created one of the most compelling profiles of any of our graduates, which includes a significant number of accomplished people. In response to my question, what is your favorite place, he wrote, the summit of Amangeldi Peak overlooking Almaty and the Tian Shan Mountains, and provided us with pictorial proof. And many of you have seen this picture of Gabriel standing at the top of the mountain. And if you go to our webpage, you'll see this today. Whenever I conduct a workshop or go on recruiting tours promoting the study of language and liberal arts for the University of Kansas, I always show Gabriel's webpage. The picture in particular not only captures Gabriel's energetic and vivacious personality, but it also symbolizes his ascent in life. Most importantly, this picture and his example continue to inspire students. I tell them Gabriel and others like him had opportunities open up for him because he learned others' languages, gained an understanding of their cultures, and he ended up on a life and career path that he could not have named or imagined when he began his studies. This is often an epiphany for students. They think in categories of doctor, lawyer, businessperson, fireman. But the message that Gabriel's example conveys is that the limitations to the possibilities are only in one's imagination. Indeed, Gabriel was on the top of the world, not just because he ascended the peak in Tian Shan, but also in a metaphysical sense as well. His deep understanding of the world and ability to see it from different cultural perspectives was like the view from a peak. One can look at it in its complexity and detail, but also begin to comprehend its wholeness, a worldview that is, in all senses, without borders. Many students have looked at his page, wide-eyed with wonder, and told me that they never realized what the possibilities of education could do for them. I am convinced that many of them have made better and different decisions for their lives just by seeing and considering Gabriel's example. So Gabriel's path perfectly encapsulates the aspirations of the state where he was born, grew up, and was educated. The motto of the state of Kansas is, "To the stars through trials, ad astra per aspera." Having lived in the state for a quarter of a century, I understand some fundamental things about its mentality. It is a state grounded in the realities of economy, agriculture, and commerce. Kansans value hard work and discipline. It is also a state that was founded and renewed by free thinkers and those seeking universal justice. Notably, John Brown, the passionate opponent of slavery, whose action launched the Civil War, was a Kansan, and it was for him and many others that Kansas is also known as the Free State. The motto of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences is "Learning without boundaries." A signature element of the education we provide is the teaching of some 40 languages and cultures so that students can take their hard work and free thinking out to the world and do good work with them, just as Gabriel did. I hope to memorialize Gabriel's legacy permanently at the University of Kansas by establishing a fund in his honor. The fund will be earmarked for high-achieving students learning about the cultures of the post-Soviet and East European space who will make positive contributions to the development of our cultural and economic relations. I hope that with contributions from many of Gabriel's friends and colleagues, we can benefit future students at the University of Kansas who will combine the Kansas ethic of hard work, discipline, and attention to real-world problems with an acquired deep understanding of the world through the study of language and culture. It is my expectation that such a fund will help students to continue and follow in Gabriel's footsteps, and crucially, to benefit the good relations between the U.S. and the parts of the world that Gabriel considered his adopted home. I also want to say that with the tremendous help of Victoria, who is helping me launch this fund, which will be a kind of crowdsourcing enterprise. I'm also here with two colleagues from the University of Kansas, my colleague from my department, Irina Six, a lecturer in business Russian, and a student of Russian who is combining her study with business as well. Both of them are available for the development of bilateral opportunities. So if there's anybody in the audience who is either interested or knows of other students who might be interested in studying in the U.S. or developing business opportunities, the three of us would be delighted to talk with you and help develop bilateral relations. And we'd also be very grateful if you could help us build the fund to help create more people to follow in Gabriel's footsteps. Thank you very much for your attention, and I look forward to the conference. One more quick thing. I have some presents for Victoria that are mementos of the University of Kansas. I thought it'd be nice to show her and others. Some pictures of Kansas, its beauty, the things that Gabriel enjoyed before Victoria met Gabriel. But now Victoria's visited us once in Kansas and comes quite often. We hope to see her as a regular visitor. So just a few tokens of appreciation and memory of Kansas. So I hope you enjoy them.
Thank you. So this is how the symbol looks like. It's a jayhawk. It's a jayhawk of the University of Kansas. I love that state very much, and this is where Gabriel grew up, and I'm very thankful that Marc, Professor Greenberg, and his colleagues came from really far away, from the Midwest, just to be here to acknowledge Gabriel's birthday and his achievements, and hopefully we can really start some kind of an exchange program or something. I'm open. We just have to still work on the concept. Thank you so much. Thank you.